test plot. Boot stage. That grass is so soft.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
It's in the last third. It's ready to be cut. At least this piece is. The majority is not yet, but this particular plant is prime stage for cutting. But right now, with our weather situation, even if the majority was in prime stage, I'm not cutting right now. We went from one mountaintop to one deep valley, one to another this year. We're in a valley. We are bone dry. We cut our reclaimed hayfield 3 weeks ago, and it does not look good. We've had absolutely no rain since June the 12th, I believe it was, the Sunday after we cut that reclaimed hayfield. No, I'm sorry, that was the 10th. We baled on the 12th. Since June 10th, we've had no rain here. We are under a sweltering heat wave for the mountains of North Carolina at our elevation. For us to have 3 weeks almost going on now of 95-degree temperatures during the day, no rain, our reclaimed hayfield is scorched because we cut it and have had no rain since. It's just turned brown. Our test plot here, you might look at it and go, wow, that looks really nice. That is lush and thick. Trust me, if we cut this right now and expose the crown and the roots and the stubble from this great hay right now, this field will go into a dormant stage and it will turn brown, and that could be the very end of our cutting for the year. We're just gonna have to wait. Here we go again, waiting, and it's so hot out right now. We grow cool season grasses here in Burn. I'm gonna have to do something about the gnats. I can't even film for these gnats. Hordes, this dry weather and heat. Whew. It's hard to even film with this sweat running into my eyes. Great day. If we cut this hay right now, it would not be good. It would expose the stubble down near the roots. These grasses would just get scorched, get baked. I saw a bird out here in the test plot earlier, and it pulled a worm out of the ground, and it was wearing oven mitts. It's just so hot. Our chickens are laying hard-boiled eggs. This is unreal hot for our area. We're not used to this. We grow cool season grasses here in the mountains at our elevation. We grow orchard, tall fescue, timothy. We have Kentucky bluegrass and red clover and white clover. The white clover is a volunteer legume that comes up here. We didn't plant white clover, it was here. Our cool season grasses normally at our elevation and our location, our region of the country, do the best. But when temperatures, you get in a heat wave and temperatures get this high, this hot and this dry, cool season grasses will just stop growing. We had phenomenal regrowth here in our test plot and our main hay field. Since this heat wave came 3 weeks ago, our growth, it grew for about another week maybe. About 2 weeks ago, the growth in our hay fields has quit. Cool season grasses, when it gets this hot and this dry, they will just stop growing. And we need to leave this as tall as it is now. We could possibly cut this now. 4 weeks of growth, we could probably cut this, but we're not going to, and we're not going to cut until we get some sustainable rainfall and some cooler temperatures. If we cut it right now, it'd be devastating to our hayfield. So we're just going to wait again. Earlier in the year, we stood and we waited and we waited and we watched the rain and watched the rain. Now we're standing here just waiting in this heat and this sun for some rain and cooler temperatures. Mainly cool rain. It's getting bone dry. And matter of fact, it's so hot out here. A while ago, my camera shut off. I just looked up and noticed the camera was off. And when I tried to turn it back on, it said the camera had reached too hot of an internal temperature and had shut down. I guess it's about to explode into flames. Beautiful hay. Beautiful. I'd love to cut this right now. Can't. I could. Don't get me wrong, I could, but we're not going to. It would be devastating to the grass, the cool season grasses we got. When we cut our reclaimed hayfield, we had no idea that we were going to get into this high of a heat wave. And this dry, if I would have known that, I probably would not have cut that hayfield. But it's cut, and I'll zoom in out there in a minute as close as it'll go. It's not going to go real close, but I'll zoom in some maybe, and you can see, and there goes the temperature on my camera again. So you can see just how brown that field has turned in this heat wave and lack of rain. It's so hot I don't even want to go fishing. I noticed our local river here in our area, there's a rafting company on that river that runs whitewater trips, and they're even putting out warnings about the river so low that it's not good for rafting right now because of rafts dragging bottom and hitting rocks that should be well underwater. When you get this hot of temperatures and this hot of sun, it doesn't take long to just zap the water right out of the ground. And especially this time of year when everything's green and all the trees, grass, all the shrubs and everything just pulling water out of the ground. It doesn't take long. Looking really good, thick. Some of the clover. Can you see this? It's already turning, it's not as lush green looking. And it's already, see this tip here? Not good. We need some rain bad. Here's a really good example. You can see how yellowish that's becoming. But not all of it's this bad. There's still a lot of it that still looks really good. But the rest of it's going to catch up with this one real soon without some rain. Main hayfield is looking decent. Regrowth has been real good, but since the rain, it stopped growing. We're going to leave it. It's not as far along as the test plot, but it's still looking good. It was on a good path till this hot, dry weather came along. If you can see way back here behind me, that's our reclaimed field, and you can see it's not looking good. I'll zoom in. You can see how brown that field has turned. You can see how brown in places that field is turned, and basically no regrowth. It grew a couple of inches, maybe 4 or 5 inches, and just stopped. And it's scorched. No rain, very high heat. and our cool season grasses out there are not doing well. Let's hope some rain comes really soon. Whew. Local forecast has hot today. Well, hot actually for us for weeks, but really hot today, dropping down to around 85 tomorrow with, believe it or not, 50% chance of rain tomorrow. Tomorrow being Thursday. On Friday has us at a 40% chance, and Friday night at a 60% chance. Saturday at a 80% chance. Let's pray that rain happens. We need rain bad. The life of a hay farmer, up on the mountain, down in the valley, up on the mountain, down in the valley. Not just a hay farmer, any farmer. Especially someone that grows crops, and even if they grow livestock, cattle farmers, cattle farms, ranches, they're dependent on grazing pastures and hay to put up for winter and things of that nature. It's a constant battle, but one you have to embrace. You can apply this to life, highs and lows in your career, highs and lows in everything you do in life. God's still good. So that's where we kind of stand with our hay fields right now. Waiting on second cut, waiting on weather. So thanks for being with us here today on this hot, scorching day here on the farm. It's just miserably hot. I just have to keep wiping the sweat off my head, my face, and swatting at gnats. Good grief, they're terrible. But anyway, even Oakley, our farm dog, she's laying in the barn in the shade and won't hardly come out of there. I don't blame her. It's so hot. But thanks for being with us today here. We appreciate it. We'll bring you updates when we can. We're going to cut this as soon as we start getting some rain. And there's some rain in the forecast for a few days. Don't want to cut this and then it turn right back the way it is now. We're going to wait till we get into just a little bit more of a rain pattern before we cut this and go from there. Thanks for being with us. We really appreciate it for this short update here on the farm of what's happening. When is our next hay video is going to come out? We appreciate you staying with us and come back with us. We'll bring you along when we cut this test plot and go from there. God bless you and your family. Hope y'all have a fantastic day. Whew. Might go fishing tomorrow. It'll cloud up. Hopefully you found you a cool place in the shade.